I know what you want me to say, but I'm not going to say it. Words I didn't expect from my mother. My heart sank as I fought back the lump forming in my throat. It wasn't what I wanted to hear, but it was what I needed to hear. Wise advice from a woman who saw a bigger picture. She fought her motherly instincts to comfort me and instead challenge me. Life is made up of a series of pivotal moments. This was one of them for me. As a new cadet at the United States Military Academy at West Point in New York, I wasn't prepared for what the Academy demanded of me. A recruited high school cross country and track star, I chose to compete at West Point, an iconic institution with its roots dating back to the American Revolution. I entered as a runner, but soon realized that this place was much bigger than that. A few short months before that life-altering phone call to my mother, I was a senior in high school with an above-average GPA. But I was fast enough as a runner to garner attention from several NCAA programs. I freely entered the gates at West Point in the summer of 1991, but soon I felt trapped. Life at West Point, especially for a new cadet, is chaotic. Upperclassmen yelled and screamed at every turn. Nothing I did was right. I got little sleep. I was hungry, frustrated, and homesick. I was thrown into the military life, and I wasn't sure it was for me. One damp and cold morning during the very early and very long forced road march, I stared off in the darkness, alone in my thoughts. I questioned my intentions for coming here. Had I made a mistake? Of course, I concluded. Why am I here? I'm a runner, not an Army officer. I can run and compete anywhere. By the time the road march was over, I had made up my mind. I was coming home. But my mom had other plans. I know what you want me to say. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to give you permission to come home. At first, I was angry. Then I was distraught. Didn't she understand what I was going through in that moment? Surely my mother, of all people, would want what was best for me. I fought the tears and listened to her explanation. Give it a year. That's not a long time. See how it goes, and if you still feel the same, then you can come home. I reluctantly agreed. We never had that conversation again because she was right. I did adapt and formed lifelong relationships. That conversation changed my life and set into motion a series of events that influenced the life I have now. From that day forward, I lived out the story I thought I needed to live. I did everything I thought was right when I began my adult life. I graduated from West Point, started my career, found the young woman I would marry, and started a family. I was on the right path, or so I thought. Then I hit a brick wall. I never saw it coming. In fact, it was more than just a brick wall. It was rock bottom. And it came in the form of 3 nearly simultaneous gut punches. It was 2005. I was 32 years old, and I was totally lost. I had no answers because I didn't even know the questions I needed to ask. All I knew in that moment was that I had failed in 3 major areas of my life. I'd failed as a husband and father, I'd failed as a son, and I had failed at my career. Something needed to change. I was frustrated, angry, and bored. But why? A person with energy and no purpose is dangerous. I dug a little further and searched for a word to describe my anger. What was I missing? What was the puzzle piece that would allow me to see the bigger picture? The word was significance. I also searched for a word that described what kept me from significance, that force that fed on my fears, anger, and boredom. I gave it a name. I called it the beast. It's an unknown force that can't be seen or heard, but felt. We all have a primary fear. Mine is a lack of relevance. It's important that my life is relevant, and back then, the beast fed off that fear. I focused too much on what I would become and who I would become. I became lost in the lives and dreams of others. I chased ghosts, and as a result, I lost my identity. I needed to discover my own form of significance. I drifted for too long into a destructive lifestyle. I'd found my problem, but where should I begin? This book is about that journey. I realized I wasn't the only one with this problem. We all desire a life of significance, yet we struggle to find it. I hope you'll join me on this journey and allow me to be your guide. I'm excited to share with you the beautiful experience of living a life of significance.